Hi everybody, I'm back for another pool story here. I mentioned on a Facebook post for anyone that's seen it that I was going to do a story about my time playing George SANSOUCI. We played in a place in Queens. I can't remember the name of it. If anyone sees this video that was there, feel free to post the name. There was quite a few people that showed up, I remember, to see the match. So if anyone, heard, if anyone up in that area heard about it at the time, it was around between 92 and 94 maybe. I'd love to know the name of the room. But, okay, so I had a backer around the Richmond, Kentucky area. I was somewhere around 18, 19 years old, and this guy had a lot of money. He was new to pool. He loved it, and he loved to bet on me. He loved to run around and stuff and so forth. We won a lot of money. We beat most people we played. We went to a couple tournaments, within a few hundred miles. Things were going real good with us. James Walden come through there though and barbecued me once. It was years ago. He played really good, man. I would say he was in his 20s at the time, and he hit the ball superb, to say the least. But there was another. See, there was a game. Shannon Dalton at that time. I mean, he was like one of the best one-pocket players in the world, bank players, and probably rotation. I mean, right there. I mean, I'm not sure how good he played the rotation back then, but it was obviously his world-class speed, whatever. But we had made a game. We worked the game out with Shannon there. To give you an idea, I mean, I was playing pretty good, okay? And this guy had money. So we had made a game. This guy just wanted me to play a good player. He didn't care. He was going to let me bet 10 or 20,000, and he just wanted to see me play this game. He felt like I had a chance, and so he was going to let me play, and we was just gonna go from there and see what happened. And so we made. Well, I'm gonna get to the SANSOUCI story, but so we met in we made a deal to play around the Cincinnati area. So the day came. I think Shannon was doing around the area anyway. So me and Mark, we go up. We're around Michael's. That was the spot we decided to meet and play. It's always been like a great spot to play around the Cincinnati area, of course. And so we're there, and this is a true story. So me and Mark show up before Shannon, and I'm calling. He said they're on their way. People start catching wind of it, and I'm not kidding you. Anyone will tell you this. Michael had to rope off the pool room. There's like 1,000 people showed up. You couldn't even move in this pool room. It was out of control. I mean, it was crazy. People drove in from, it was insane. People wanted to see this game. I mean, Michael, literally, he had the pool room roped off. Ask him about it. Anyone that knows Michael or that was there. But so Shannon comes walking in, and I've seen his face when he looked. He said, "What the?" He said, "Oh shit!" Not that he cared, but I mean, he wasn't. I don't think he was expecting that. He was just, it was like, it was wall to wall. I mean, but that was my first time experiencing the gravity of how much love there really is for the game out there. And so the deal was we had negotiated. The money was there on both ends, and and I'll say I'm glad it didn't happen. Now he probably would have barbecued me. I wish I would have got the seasoning and the experience, but the deal was we was going to play. He wanted to play. The diamonds were all fairly tight, but there was a really snug, super shim diamond, and that's where we wanted to play. It's where the last two would show up. And Shannon ended up, I don't think he wanted to, not that he couldn't have got there, I just don't, if I caught my gear and all that, I don't think he wanted to wrestle that hard. The last two is a little bit of weight on a super snug table like that. And I don't think he needed the money and whatnot, but I wish we would have played just for the seasoning at the time. Because then that leads into the Ginky story, the SANSOUCI. I'm going to go to that now. And but it was all part of the same thing with this. Mark Harris, a great guy, ended up having some things happen. He went to jail. He might be getting out here soon. I don't know. I haven't heard. Great guy though. He's got his brothers, Mike and Boo down there in Richmond. One moved to Columbus, Ohio. I'd love to hear from them if they see this. But so me and Mark, we ended up going up to New York. He had to go up here anyway. His buddy, security, he had to drop him off, and security would get dropped off and then get back home some other way. I don't even care. And so we get security dropped off, and we go to this pool room. We go looking around for action, and we get to a spot. And they steer us to this other spot, saying, "Yeah, this is where they'll play or whatever," and blah blah blah. And it was in Queens, is where they steered us. I remember. I can't remember the name of the pool room. And we got it. We walked in there, and it was a cool layout. It was real. You could tell it was a pool atmosphere. It wasn't just a people come in and shoot pool and drink beer atmosphere. It was a pool atmosphere. You knew you was walking into a pool where it was at. You know what I'm talking about, if you know what I'm talking about. But but it was like that. And so, and we're hitting balls, saying, "Yeah, we're looking to play." They seen we was from Kentucky, so they're all kind of, that perked their attention. New York, here's a black guy and a white guy from Kentucky looking for pool action. So they're we got their attention, to say the least. And so the place is starting to fill up and everything. And this guy comes walking in, shorter guy, about brownish hair like mine. He's got these, his eyes, you just don't forget his eyes, and he's, I'm gonna get to the rest of this video soon. But it was Ginky that come walking in, George SANSOUCI, and this is part one. I've got a few things going on. I'm getting better with this. I'm getting some things set up to where I can do this better, but yes, and we end up playing. The match started. I'll get back to part two tonight or tomorrow.